Hello and welcome to Sweet Shot Games Dota 2 Top 10 Pub Stomping Heroes. Remember, this is my personal list. However, I would love to hear your opinion in the comments below. Or send me an email at sweetshot3@gmail.com. Now, there were a ton of heroes for me to consider, and a ton of them that I wish could have made it. However, this is the top 10 heroes that I feel I pub stomp with most.
Number 10, Skeleton King.
Real quick, the numbers in parentheses are my personal win-loss ratio with that hero. And this was a pretty big factor in determining who my top 10 heroes would be. Skeleton King is a great pub stomping hero because he has a very good early to mid to late game. With the stun, he has very good potential with a good support to pick up some kills early on. And then with his two passive skills giving him lifesteal and crit, he carries over into late game very well. And with his ultimate being basically a free Aegis every 60 seconds once it's maxed out, making him extremely difficult to kill late game. So even though I haven't made a video of him yet, he's my number 10.
Number 9, Bounty Hunter.
Bounty Hunter is a great offlaning hero with a ton of ganking potential, and has a great way of dealing with those pesky invis heroes. And so, once he hits level 6 or 7, you can immediately start ganking, and with the help of teammates, pick up some kills with that extra track gold, which will give you and your team a huge bonus and a huge boost. And then, of course, late game, your Janata will start to hurt like no other. That's why Bounty Hunter comes in at number 9.
Number 8, Nature's Prophet.
Nature's Prophet is an extremely versatile hero and can lane just about anywhere. However, I like to put him in the jungle because he has the ability to teleport anywhere he's needed. So if you pick up some levels in the jungle and your team needs help somewhere on the map, you can teleport to that area without having to worry about losing your own lane. Nature's Prophet is also a beast when it comes to split pushing, and this can really come in handy if your team isn't the greatest at team fighting. So once his ultimate is maxed out and is on a 60-second cooldown, it can completely decimate any creeps, and that makes it extremely difficult to stop a Nature's Prophet once he has some good farm.
Number 7, Shadow Shaman.
So most people play Shadow Shaman as a support, and to be honest, I usually do too. However, I tend to get most of my wins with him as a solo mid. That's because he is great at controlling your lane, and then once you hit level 6, you can push the lane out, check for a rune, pick up some kills, and then push a tower. Not many solo mid heroes can do that. And so I think he's amazing no matter which role you put him in, and that's why I have him at number 7.
Number 6, Riki.
Okay, so I don't have the best win-loss ratio with Riki, but oh my gosh, if you could see the amazing games that I have with him and the KDA and everything, oh, it's some of the best stuff in pubs. However, he's not the greatest late game carry, and so if the game goes on for too long, you probably will end up losing it. So I had to put him at number 6 because he's more of an anti-carry if anything else. Like if there's an anti-mage on the other team who always seems to get that blink off just before your team gets to him, well, that's not going to happen with a Riki on your team. That smoke screen is amazing not only for ganks but also for team fights, and if it's well placed, it can completely disrupt your opponents. And all you really need is a diffusal blade, and then you'll start dishing out tons of damage.
Number 5, Tidehunter.
So up next I got 2 supports coming at you. Can you guess who the next one is? Well, this one is Tidehunter, and it's pretty simple. Get to level 6, activate your ultimate, get lots of kills, and win team fights. What more do I need to say? Well, I guess you could tank up a ton of damage and pick up a blink dagger and a refresher orb, jump in for your team and initiate, and get 2 ultis off. So I'll just leave it at that and let one of the best ultimates in the game do all the talking.
Number 4. Keeper of the Light.
So if you've ever played Keeper of the Light, then you know why he's at number 4. He's got a huge nuke that deals 500 AoE magic damage and has huge range. He's also got an ability that allows him to give mana to himself and teammates, allowing you guys to spam all of your abilities. And on top of that, he's got an ultimate which allows him to recall teammates to himself. So it's pretty good for split pushing. So when you put all this together, it makes for a great defensive, offensive, and team fighting support hero, and one of the best in my opinion.
Number 3.
So I had to put Mirana here because she's my best offlaning hero, and has everything you need for an offlaner. She has a great escape mechanism, and tons of potential for nuke damage. Also, because she's an agility hero, she scales well into the late game with some huge potential for a semi-carry. And easily the best thing about her is her ultimate. It turns your entire team invisible for 15 seconds. And this is great for setting up ganks, team fights, and even sneaking your whole team into do Roshan without your opponents knowing. And so this is why I had to put her at number 3.
Number 2. Lifestealer.
Lifestealer is very well deserving of this spot because he is my best carry. He has tons of potential for laning in different combinations, whether it's a dual lane in the safe lane or if it's a tri-lane, aggressive or defensive. He's got great abilities early on and he scales really well into the late game. And since my team usually picks up a couple of carries, I like to put them in the jungle. That way, when they fail, I know I can still carry them. So check it out. He has a free built-in BKB, which is one of the best items in my opinion. That way you don't even have to pick it up. Then he has a 70% slow, and you only have to put 1 level in it. And this makes it easy for you to come out of the jungle early and gank. Then he's got an ultimate, which can be used in many different ways. You can jump inside of a creep and hide for a little bit, or eat it and pick up a bunch of HP, or you could jump inside of a teammate and initiate a team fight.
Number 1. Nyx Assassin.
Okay, so because of the win-loss ratio, I had to go with Nyx Assassin as my number 1. Also because he's amazing. So just like Shadow Shaman, I think he could be played as a support or a solo mid. And of course I prefer him as a solo mid because he can control your opponent so well. And once he hits level 6, he can gank like no other with one of the best ganking abilities, which is Vendetta. This makes him invisible for a short amount of time, gives him bonus movement speed, and gives him a ton of bonus damage on his next attack. And then when you pair this along with 2 great nuking abilities and some great crowd control, and how can you forget about Spike Carapace, which helps you get out of a lot of hairy situations. And so all of this makes him my best solo mid hero and my best pub stomping hero. So thanks for watching, I hope you like, and be sure to check out the description below for links where you can find me, contact me, check out my other videos and whatnot. Now, go stomp some pubs with these top 10 heroes and let them know how you got so pro.